Troy. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, thanks again for having me.
Well, thank you for coming. So tell me, how have the past couple weeks been?
I don't know. They've been okay. Yeah.
Just okay? Well, tell me a little bit about what's going on.
I don't know. I've still been having trouble getting myself out of bed. Just trouble going to work. It's really starting to affect me.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. During our last session, we talked about your trouble with, really getting that motivation and, just getting going to work for your shifts. And I know that was really putting a lot of stress on your life. And so, and even at the end of our last session, I gave you a little task to work on, until today. And so I asked you to keep that small notebook with you and record every time that you felt tired type thing and like really tired and where you think that exhaustion really came from. And were you able to record some of those moments this last week?
Yeah. I wrote down a few entries. A few.
Okay. Well, looking over your entries, what did you find?
Most of the time, when I felt really, really tired and just unmotivated, it'd be the mornings before I had to go to like the really long shifts at work.
Okay. And those nights nights prior to those moments where you felt so tired, did you sleep well? Did you get enough hours of sleep, that kind of thing?
Yeah, I usually don't really have any trouble when I fall asleep most of the time, but I'll get 8 hours in. I guess there's a few exceptions, but yeah.
Well, tell me about some of those exceptions.
Like a couple nights a week, I tend to probably maybe drink a little bit more than I should, I guess. It kind of really helps like calm my nerves. I get really stressed and then I'm able to just have a couple beers and I kind of calm down a little bit, but I'm really able to kind of get away from being in my head and all this stuff about this crappy job.
Yeah. So, on those nights, how do you sleep?
I don't know, one beer kind of turns into 5 and it gets kind of weird. I end up staying up kind of really late, I guess. Then I lose hours really sleeping and I feel kind of sluggish. I don't know if it's a hangover or not, but I definitely feel sluggish in the morning. Those are the mornings I really feel most exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I snooze my alarm. I don't feel like going into work at that point, and I'd rather just sleep in.
Gotcha. So, on those nights that you just kind of, take to, drink some and relieve your stress, it may actually be causing you a little bit more stress the morning after, it seems like.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm too stressed not to drink it.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes more sense to me, I guess. I don't know. Especially with how terrible work's been lately.
Well, it still seems like your job is causing you the most grief. So let's just talk about that for a little bit. Tell me how your job has been lately.
It's a weird topic. I don't know if I want to talk about it, but I got into a fight with a coworker. I don't know where it came from. It just felt like an explosion, and I yelled at him like a lot.
Mm. So when did this happen?
It was definitely after we spoke. It was probably maybe like about a week ago now.
Okay, and what really started the fight?
Long story short, this guy doesn't know what he's doing at all. And, he got trained really terribly, and I used to be a trainer, so, I was a manager.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just constantly going behind him, picking up his crap, going behind him, and you know, just enough was enough, you know, and I just kind of laid it all out there for him.
Wow. So it seems like you just had to get a lot of emotions out then. So, I mean, where do you think that frustration really came from?
I don't even know. It's like I've been holding it, you know, and it just, like I said, it's like an explosion. It just all came out at once.
Now, what your coworker did you feel that how you yelled at him, did he kind of deserve to be yelled at that way and because of what he did type thing?
I mean, he totally messed up. He definitely messed up. But I don't know, maybe I guess I went a little overboard.
Okay. And well, just so I guess it seems like your coworker really triggered something and that you were just holding inside for kind of too long and just kind of set that off. And I mean, what really bothered you about what your coworker did?
He didn't have the proper training. You know, if the managers just knew what they were doing, maybe something would have changed and I wouldn't have had to just go off on him like that.
And I mean, do you think his lack of training, you know, like why do you think that would affect you like it did?
I don't know. I mean, I told you I was the manager, you know, and I would have made sure that that employee had all the training he needed. You know, any one of his coworkers would have been happy with the work that I put into that employee. So, you know, nothing like this would have happened again. I was a great leader, and you know, no worker would have done that.
Yeah. And so now that there are these managers above you who seem like they're not really properly training some of the, you know, new sales associates and training their other employees, you know, and how do you think that's really affecting your mood at work?
I feel frustration. I get so angry. I know I could do a better job than he is, and I deserve that leadership position. When I had people that worked under me, it just makes me feel like crap. It makes me not want to bother to go to work at all.
Gotcha. So tell me, before you became a manager at your old store, what position did you start at?
I was just like a regular sales associate like I am now.
Okay, so you're kind of at the level that this other coworker is too. So did you have to work pretty hard to move from position to position?
Yeah, I worked my ass off.
So kind of knowing what you know now after being a manager, you know, just as just a regular employee now, you know, what didn't you know then kind of thing, you know, like, you know, just coming from a regular employee, you know, like how did being a manager really help you learn?
I guess I get how the whole store works, like what goes on behind the scenes, how every employee, needs to do their own part to make everything run smoothly.
So with your experiences and your knowledge, I mean, do you think that helps you be a better worker?
Yeah, of course.
Well, so do you think that you could use your skills to maybe better help your store, better help your coworkers?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, I could.
Well, if you made these improvements maybe like a goal, what do you think would happen?
The store would run better. I'd probably maybe enjoy working there.
And if you were happy at your job, you know, how do you think that would affect you on a daily basis?
For one, it wouldn't be as terrible to get up for work, you know, for sure. I could possibly stand what I do.
So, see, if you think of little things like that, like little goals for yourself that you could do at work every day, then maybe it could really help improve that motivation that you've been really seeking and you know, just to get up and get to every shift at work, you know.
Yeah. I think that could definitely help.
So, I think it really could, and I definitely want to maybe try that out just as, even a goal here. And I know that we're running out of time a little bit today, so I just wanted to, before we really get to some tasks I want you to work on, just wanted to briefly go over a little bit what we've talked about, so make sure I have understanding of everything. I know that you shared how you felt about your days of kind of drinking heavily and maybe how that might be contributing to your stress or relieving it at the same time. And I know that's kind of important for you overall with that stress relief. But of course that did lead to difficult mornings, so it's maybe something we need to kind of touch base on again. And also talked about your position at work and maybe how that kind of the decrease in your daily motivation really, is giving you a lot of trouble still. And so am I getting most of that right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, yeah.
Okay, good. Well, for our next session, I do want to give you another task to work on, like before, and I believe that it could really help you. I want you to keep that, same kind of small notepad with you, and just write down a goal that you think you could accomplish for every shift at work. Like after every shift, just go ahead and maybe write down how that goal and that accomplishment of that goal really affected you, how it made you feel, that kind of thing. Do you kind of understand what I'm asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, here, let's do an example. So real quick, what's an example of a goal that you could set for yourself at work this week?
I mean, that employee still needs training.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess if he'll let me, I'll definitely try to show him what I know.
Okay, I mean, that sounds like a great goal. And, do you think that training would, training him on those other jobs would, make your time at work a little easier?
Yeah, I think it could. I definitely want to get back in that position where I'm able to train people again, so I think it would.
Good. Well, so I really think that we should make sure to kind of move forward with this and really try to see if it'll kind of help you out this week. And so after every night, I guess before your shifts at work the next day, just write down a goal that you want to achieve for the next morning. So that night before, just jot down something that you want to do at work the next day, something that you think would be, helpful for you, helpful for the store, whatever it may be. And, Troy, you have so much knowledge and experience that I think your skill set would really make a lot of improvements to your work environment and help your coworkers and that type of thing. So I think it would really benefit you in many ways. And sound pretty good to you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, so during your next session, we can review and discuss your entries like we did today, and we can really keep working towards your therapy goals in that sense. And do you have any other questions for me today? Anything else you want to go over?
No, not right now.
Okay, great. Well, thank you again for coming in today. It's good to talk to you again, and I look forward to seeing you in our next session.
Thanks. You too.